Well, here's a toxic deck. Hello YouTube, welcome to another one of my Duel Links videos, and today I'm going to be showing you and playing, probably for the last time ever, Yosenjus. This is an archetype that is really annoying, pretty toxic. I never liked it in the TCG, and I figured I wouldn't like them in Duel Links either, and I sure don't. However, they are still pretty good when it comes to toxic decks. It's not burn, it's not stall, but it's somewhere in between, because you know, you're just trying to stop your opponent from playing. You're bouncing their monsters back, sending their monsters back to the deck, and then meanwhile you're just poking directly with something like Yosenjus, or if you have already sent everyone on their side of the field to the deck, then you just attack directly for no reason. It has recyclability, it has draws, it has negate attacks. It's very annoying, and here we go. I'm using balance so that I can guarantee a trap a monster, and then the spell is whatever, but you know, the way balance works now, you can't just guarantee trapping monsters anymore. I'm doing an 8-8-6 split. I don't know if this is the best split, but I didn't want to run 6 monsters and I didn't want to run 6 traps. The only alternative was to do something like this, and it works. It works fairly well. I'm gonna go over the traps first. Countergate. Countergate is super good in this deck. When opponent's monster declares a direct attack, negate the attack, and if you do, draw 1 card. Then, if it is a monster, immediately after this effect resolves, you can normal summon it in face-up attack position. The real cool thing is that you're negating an attack because most of the time, if not all the time, your field is going to be empty because all the monsters come back to the hand the turn that they are normal summoned. So Countergate negates the attack, lets you draw a card, and if that's a monster, you get to normal summon it. And why does that matter? Because that's basically a free counter on your Josen training grounds. So your opponent attacks, you activate Countergate, draw a Yosenjus, summon the Yosenjus, get a free counter, the Yosenjus comes back to your hand, and then you know, you can use your counters to search, to increase the attack, whatever you want to do. And yeah, the other card, Drowning Mirror Force, no brainer. If your field is going to be empty, why not use Drowning Mirror Force? The other trap, Yosenjus Sword Sting. If you control no monsters, reveal up to 2 Yosenjus monsters with different names in your hand. Then target the same number of face-up cards your opponent controls. Return them to the hand. You can only activate 1 Yosenjus Sword Sting per turn. So this is another card that's going to be bouncing your opponent's monsters back to the hand. Things like that. And the crazy thing is that this card, I didn't know until I started playing it. This card can add from the deck or the graveyard, meaning that if you use your Yosenjus Sword Sting, and say you already have 2 monsters, right? If you already have 1 Yosenjus number 3 and 1 Yosenjus number 2, all you need is one or the other, or even a second copy of Yosenjus number 3, and every turn you can summon 3 monsters, get 3 counters, add it back from the graveyard, set it, use it, next turn you do it all over again. It's so stupid and annoying, but you know, it is what it is. So Yosenjus when normal summon lets you normal summon another monster except itself, and if you if another Yosenjus monster you control deals damage to your opponent's life points, you get to search a card. So this card is really good, but unfortunately I wish I only had 2 of them, and I wish I had a second Yosenjus too. That's why you see this word split where it's 3-1. Normally you want to run 2-2, but unfortunately I don't have a second Yosenjus. I only have the 1, and I have to run the 3 because you need to be able to normal summon multiple monsters to take full advantage of the archetype. We also have Yosenjus Isana. If you control another monster, you can draw 1 card, and you can also discard it at any point in time. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects when a Yosenjus monster is normal special summon. What that means is they can't respond with things such as Floodgate. We have 1 Yosenjus Sujik. This card you can discard it during the damage step to boost one of your other Yosenjus monsters that is battling a monster by 1000. And when it's on the field, you can activate the effect to target a Yosenjus monster, including itself, to boost it by 1000 attack. So here's your attack booster. We only run 1 because again we can recycle it with the training grounds. This one to me is more important because you really want to draw into those traps, so having the draw is a little bit more important than the boost. And then one Yosenjus Oyam. I didn't use it at all. When an opponent's monster declares a direct attack, you can send one Yosenjus monster from your hand to the graveyard, except itself. Special summon this card from your hand. And then at the start of damage step, this card battles an opponent's face-up monster. You can make this card's attack and defense become equal to the original attack of the opponent's monster it is battled until the end of this turn. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can add one Yosenjus card from your deck to your hand. So it has a cool effect, but I never really used it. However, you kind of need it there just in case. If you don't have your back row, you want to have this guy so that you don't lose. For the spells, I'm running the 2 trainings because it's what I want to see. I wish I could run 3, but the fact that you can use them multiple times or in the same turn, even if you control more than one. And once they hit the field, they're kind of just there. Like, you can't get rid of them. I don't run double cyclone or things to get rid of it, so they'll clog your back row space, and you really need that for your traps, obviously. 2 enemy controllers, because why not? And then 1 offerings to the doom, because why not? If you draw into this of this guy, it's really good. I mean, you guys know. And then I have 1 share the pain because I wanted to have an out for Cositus. And this is really good because if your opponent controls 1 Cositus, you just summon a monster, activate share the pain, and they have to attribute it. For Cositus, also countergate works. The drawn Mirror Force obviously has no effect because the guy is in defense position, but at least you can negate the attack and, you know, draw into a card. And hopefully you can get to that share the pain before you get wrecked. Biggest counter to this deck, back row removal, heavy decks. I actually could not beat a single Fortune Lady. They have the green Fortune Lady that just destroys back row, and that pretty much finished me. So Fortune Lady is pretty bad matchup, and obviously Armades can pretty much destroy you at any point if you don't have your offerings or your enemy controller. I'm running balance. I think I already mentioned that. Let's just go ahead and show the deck. I'm sorry this deck explanation was so long, but you know, it's one of those times where I want to be thorough because I'm not going to be playing this deck ever again, probably. Unless I get like super salty and I'm streaming and I'm like, you know what, let's be a little toxic, play some Yosenjus. But here we have a Kisa first. Alright, so we're gonna activate our continuous spell, summon 2 monsters, draw off of his Isna. I don't know why I kept thinking it was like Isana. My opponent's playing Gravekeepers. Necro Valley, those kind of hurt because we can't add anything from the graveyard, but we're still fine. If need be, we can return the Necro Valley with our counter trap. Archfiend's Call. Recruiter is going to search a Descendant, so we can use our counter gate on the on this guy's attack. Draw 1. Alright, and now we have the triple summon, which is kind of crazy. Here I could have added the trap, but instead I decided to just boost. Go for the attack, do as much damage as I can. Search a Zujik. Zujik is going to activate in damage step so I can get rid of the Archfiend's Call. And then hit him for 1100. So we end with, you know, drawing a Mirror Force, counter gate. My opponent doesn't want to play the game anymore because I just annoyed him pretty bad. And we get the easy win. But yeah, had I not drawn into the Drowning Mirror Force, I would have searched for my my Yosenjus trap and then just, you know, keep bouncing everything. Obviously we couldn't bounce the Archfiend's Call because we can't target it, but we had the counter gate for that one. What else? Jaden Yubel. I was very disappointed to see a lot of Neos players still running triple Neos Fusion, triple World Legacy Clash, enemy controller, and treacherous. Like, let go, my friend. It's almost over. Just let go. When I activate Josen Training Grounds, just to put a counter on it, my Kama 3 is gonna come back to the hand. We set a back row, counter gate, draw my Zujik, and as you can see, I get the free counter. So now I'm gonna be able to search for the trap if I want to, but I top deck it. So instead, we're gonna search were for a Yosenjus, 3, and that set up the loop, or so I thought, but we're gonna get hit with Treacherous, unfortunately. And that's fine, we still have Yosenjus Sword, and we have Drowning Mirror Force. So I get more value out of the Drowning Mirror Force because he controls 2 monsters. Poke 18 directly, he comes back. Summons Blast Spider, we're just gonna take this damage, no reason to waste my Sting. Normal summon 2, normal summon Isna, draw, search, and once again I have the loop set up, so next turn I can get 3 counters on this thing, search again. It's so gross. There you go. And just, you know, just because I can, I'm going to go ahead and draw into a Drowning Mirror Force. Yeah, I would have scooped too. That guy hit me with Treacherous and it did not matter. It did not matter at all. I still had the card advantage the entire time. It's insane. Alright, we're going up against Pro from South Korea. And because this was a Kaiba, I was going for the 500 IQ reads. And even though balance guarantees me back row in my starting hand. Oh, I just noticed that this doesn't guarantee a spell. But it doesn't matter because I'd rather open double trap than trap and spell. So I guess because my ratio is not even. But honestly, that's even better because you can still activate the skill. You meet the requirements for the skill. And you're not guaranteed the spell. I like that. So we have Offerings to the Doom. We're gonna make a weird play right here. Draw, attack, search, and we knew that on the end phase, the White Stone of Vengeance is going to summon the Dragon Spirit of White. We have our toggle on the whole time. Dragon Spirit of White gets summoned. Let me go ahead and Offerings to the Doom, and that's fine. I don't draw next turn. I don't need to draw. I have 6 cards in my hand. The card advantage is just stupid. We're gonna take this 31, unfortunately. We could have summoned this guy, but he only gains the original attack. So it's gonna get destroyed anyway. I decided to keep it because I didn't want to have to discard one of my Yosenjus monsters. So we're gonna activate Share the Pain right here. Hit him for 15. And I realized at this point, if he can go into Armades, I just lose. And I'm not drawing anything good, so I was very lucky. I'll be the first one to say that he didn't get his Dawn Knight or his Snipe Hunter and just, you know, synchro into the Armades. Because if I had my trap, I would be fine, but unfortunately I'm kind of locked because I have double Drowning Mirror Force. There we go. We can finally get rid of one of those drownings, and now I can triple summon. Yeah, not 1, not 2, but triple summon. Search for my trap. There we go. And now we're safe from Armades, which is what we needed this whole time. Poke directly. I'm not gonna destroy your stones. He still tries though. Gotta give him some credit. Goes into Stardust Dragon. Drowning Mirror Force. Even if I didn't want to use the Drowning Mirror Force, I could have used the Yosenjus trap and recycled it. But I was like, it's just drowning. So here we're gonna do that. We're gonna activate Sting, send the Blue Eyes back. Triple summon. And he didn't let me triple summon, but basically I could have triple summoned, add the trap back, poke directly once again, and then just sit on my trap. It's nasty, man. It's very nasty. It's very nasty. I didn't go up against any Ancient Gears, which is you know, it's good. Normally I hate Ancient Gears, but I'm glad that they're a thing, which is going to discourage people from running this deck. Ancient Gear just completely obliterates this deck. Because they have back removal, they don't care when they attack. So I think Ancient Gears will keep this deck in check. But still, when you go up against it, you will be annoyed. I make a mistake here and set the Share the Pain. Total misplay, but it's fine. We can only activate 1 Sting anyway. So we're gonna go for Sting here. Activate Counter Gate. Alright, we get an Offerings. Now we have the Drowning. Poke directly. That's all we need to do, man. We're just poking directly. Deal with my back row, we're saying to this guy. Oh, you wanna attack? Here's a Drowning. Counter gate again. Poke directly. What you got now? Blast Spider. Alright. Power to the Guardians. That's nice. Be a shame if I return it to the hand, right? Just send you Sword Sting. Back to the hand. Counter gate just because I want to draw. We get an enemy controller, so even more protection. If offerings and counter gate was not enough, there we go. Alright, you get to survive. Good for you, my boy. What do you got? You said a monster, you've given up on face-up attacks? Alright. Let me double summon, draw, hit you directly. At what point was I even in any sort of danger against that opponent? At no point. It's disgusting. Alright, last but not least, we have Joey Wheeler. And then we can end this madness. I do want to say, sorry guys if you were expecting a stream last night. Truth be told, I was watching the World Series, so it got really late when the game was over, and I was like, I guess I'm not streaming. I also had to, my wife had to work this morning, so I was gonna have to be up early with my son, so I couldn't push it too late. But there will be a stream tonight, and you guys get an early video for the no stream last night. Alright, Red Eyes Fusion. This is also very sad. It's a very sad moment in this Red Eyes player's life. Alright, Red Eyes Slash Dragon. My boy is ready. Let's just put that back into the extra deck, shall we? And now you can summon. Good. Summon Kama, summon Sujik. Hit you for 38. Bring it back. Bring it back. Hey, another Red Eyes inside. Alright. Let's try this again. Red Eye Slash for a second time. You got this, man. I'm rooting for you. There we go. Red Eyes Fusion. Toon Buster Blader. Nice, nice. I like it. And we're about to take 3,000. Oh wait, I have Counter Gate, so I don't need to take any of this damage. And I get to draw a card. We're just going to summon it for the BM. If we had the continuous spell, free counter. Now let me triple summon, and even though I can attack directly, I don't want this Red Eyes on my site. So share the pain, tribute it, and attack for game. Yeah. This is Yosenjus in a nutshell. Don't you think that they do anything different in the TCG? They are just as annoying, and that's why I never played them. But you know, I owe it to my viewers to at least cover the deck once, even though I'm sure you guys have seen it on other people's channel. But yeah, here's Yosenjus for you. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe if you want. And till next time.